Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. What have I got for you today? I'm in the kitchen, so you know it's gonna have to do with food. Okay, if this is your first time joining me, my name is Melissa. I'm an independent coach for Optavia. Optavia is a health and wellness program that I have been coaching for almost 4 years, and I personally lost 60 pounds doing this program in 2019. Okay, what are we doing today? Well, I'm not actually cooking a lean and green. That's what I usually do when I'm in the kitchen. Let's cook a lean and green. No, today I'm gonna show you something I've been doing called ingredient prepping. Now this is different than meal prepping. Okay, so when you meal prep, you actually cook the meal and then you like portion it out into different containers and that kind of thing. And I've actually done that. And then everything's ready for you to go and you just heat it up throughout the week. The thing with meal prepping, it works with some meals, like casseroles and things like that, like for instance, the lasagna, that works really well because it reheats really nicely. But meats like chicken or pork or steak, in my opinion, do not really reheat well. So what I started, and I don't mind the cooking throughout the week because the actual cooking is not what is time consuming for me. Once it's in the oven, I just walk away and do something else. It's the prepping that takes so much time for me. So what I've been doing lately to be a time saver is I have been ingredient prepping. So I've got, I think 4 dishes. Let me think. I know I'm going to do, Scott requested the deep dish pizza. And that actually will feed us 2 nights during the week. So I am gonna meal prep the deep dish pizza casserole. I'm gonna meal prep the vegetable taco skillet. Egg roll in a bowl, a broccoli salad, and then I'm just gonna cut up some romaine and cucumbers just to have it ready and fresh to go if I make a salad, you know, during the week. Now, I'm on 5-in-1 right now, losing some weight that I've gained through menopause and other things. So I'm not eating fruit. But if you're on maintenance, if you're in the transition, or even if you're doing something else, you're not even Optavia related, you can do this. And I'm gonna tell you, my daughter does it with fruit, with salad fixins, for everything like that. So it's super easy, especially for kids. Because if if a kid is wanting a snack and everything is chopped up and ready to go in the fridge, all they gotta do is grab their little bowl, put their fruit in, and they're good to go. It just makes healthy eating so much easier. But if you've got to stop and chop and prep and all that every time you want good healthy food, then it just makes it harder. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let me take the camera over there and show you kind of where I'm starting. It looks really overwhelming. Don't let it overwhelm you. And I will say this, you are putting the work in up front. This will take a little time, but it's gonna save you time throughout the week. So if you decide to do this, choose a day that you can give it an hour or 2, depending on how much you're prepping. Turn on your favorite music, turn on your favorite program, whatever, and just get into it. You know what I mean? And then I promise you it's gonna save you so much time. So I have all my little containers up here. I'm really not sure which ones I'm gonna use. I have my cheese grater. I don't really like to use the already grated cheese, except for the mozzarella. That one does okay, but cheddar, it just doesn't melt very well and it doesn't taste very good. So I always get the 2% milk. This is as close to reduced fat as I can find, and I grate it myself. All right, so you see I've got all the stuff here. All right, one thing I won't prep is tomatoes. I just had them up there to get them out of the way because once you cut a tomato open, it's never as fresh, you know what I mean? So I don't do that. But everything else, we're gonna prep, we're gonna wash, and I'm gonna show you some cool things that I have bought along the way. I got a Pampered Chef deal, so I've got these new strainers, and I've also got a salad spinner and a chopper that I can't wait to show you. All right, so let me get organized and we'll get started. Okay, the first meal that I'm gonna ingredient prep is the it's the vegetable taco skillet. Any of these things that I'm doing that I actually have a recipe for, I'll link in this video if y'all want to try it. But I'm not going to put out, I'm not going to do, like, I'm not going to write out every single thing I'm doing, because some of this is just like for salads, for instance, or let me think. Oh, the egg roll in a bowl. Well, I guess I can put those measurements down there for you of what I'm doing. I'll put as much information down in the description box as I can, you guys. Okay, so let's go over here and let me show you a couple of things that are really important for you to have when you start this, okay? First of all, of course, your containers that you're gonna put it in, a scale if you're on plan so that you know how to, to weigh everything. This garbage bowl, so you're not walking back and forth to the trash can, and you're not making a huge mess, okay? And then your ingredients and what they weigh and what you need. So this little handy dandy chopper, I haven't even used it. I got one of these for my daughter for Christmas, and she likes it so much that I got myself one. So this is gonna really come in handy because I need to chop up bell peppers and zucchini for my vegetable skillet. Okay, so let's get going. I'm gonna grate cheese, chop my veggies, and I'm also gonna chop up some green onion. I'm not gonna put an amount down. This is just for garnish. So I'm just gonna chop that up and have it, because I'll probably use it for egg roll in a bowl and for this, and maybe even salads. So I'll just chop these up. All right. Okay, guys. So I'm sitting here editing and realized my time lapse was, I did slow-mo. Y'all, I'm gonna try to make this work. That was too much effort to not use this video. So you get the gist of how you chop it up in the chopper. I haven't even gotten past that. I'm really hoping that the rest of it is not slow motion. I'm gonna cry. Okay, that was a really dramatic effect with the slow motion and the, hand down really hard. Yeah, so this could turn out to be one of those happy accidents. This might be a really funny video. Hopefully it's informative too. All right, last interruption, maybe. Okay, I wanted to stop the fast motion for a minute. One reason that I wanted to use this chopper that my daughter has, it's so much better when you're cooking vegetables to have them all cut uniformly. They'll cook better that way, because if you get a real big piece and then a real tiny piece, that real tiny piece is gonna get burnt before that real big one gets cooked, you know what I mean? All right, so now let's go back and I'm gonna measure out, it's 3 servings of zucchini. It's kind of weird on these recipes because you're cooking it, but it's like you have to measure it when it's raw. So what I usually do, you guys, I'm not usually too worried about eating too many vegetables. So I up the raw measurement close to the cooked measurement amount. So the cooked measurement is a little over 3 ounces for zucchini. So I'm gonna call it 3 ounces, and I'm gonna do 3 servings, which is 9 ounces. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have it in here. I'm gonna put my peppers over there and my zucchini here. So let's hope that I've got 9 ounces here. Oh my gosh, I think it's gonna be perfect. Okay, it's got a tiny bit over. There we go. 9 ounces of zucchini. Now let's go to chopping the peppers. Peppers. All right, let me tell you, this is one of the most colorful dishes I've ever made, because we'll do this and then we're gonna do rotel tomatoes along with the hamburger meat and taco seasoning. It's one of Scott's favorites. Okay, let me zero this out, and we need about 6 ounces of peppers. So whatever I have left over will be for salads. I'm assuming there will be leftover. There may not be. A little bit. Look at that. Barely any leftover. So what I'm going to do, because I do like to throw peppers on top of my salads every now and then, so I'm going to take this tiny little container and put the rest of them in there. There we go. Those will be great for a salad. Okay, now I'm going to measure out spinach. So this has already been washed and prepped. And so what I'm going to do is just measure it, weigh it to see how much I've got. I need 3 ounces. Spinach cooks way down. So 3 ounces will look like a whole lot, but then it'll, you know, it'll cook way down. All right, so 0. Okay. Oh, Lucy just knocked my tripod. All right, here we go. Let's see how many ounces we got here. See, this is just so much time saving when you go to actually cook the meal. Okay, great for a salad later in the week. 3 ounces of spinach. All right, the last thing I need is 1 cup of cheese. So I'm gonna grate it and measure it in a measuring cup and put it in my little container. You know, and if you want to be precise, what you could do is look at the recipe and see, I can't remember what this, you know, counts for as far as a lean. You could weigh it out. I'm just gonna use a measuring cup today for the, you know, for what we're doing today. All right, so let me, probably gonna take more than that. Okay, y'all, first meal is prepped. So I've got my spinach, all my veggies, my cheese measured out, and even onions for garnish. So when I make this, when I get ready to make this, it's all prepped. It's all ready to go. So all I do is throw it in the skillet. This is a 1-pot meal. And so you cook the veggies, you cook the ground beef, you add the veggies, you sweat down the spinach and all the things, and then you top it with cheese, you put in the oven, then you garnish it with the green onions. So yeah, all the hard part's been done. So I think I'll probably be making this not in a couple of days. I'll be making it in a couple of days. So it's all ready to go. Put this in the fridge. We're gonna get started on meal number 2. Okay guys, the next thing I'm gonna do is super simple. It's just my egg roll in a bowl, and all I have to do is chop up my cabbage. Most coleslaw mixes, cabbage mixes have carrots in them. It's a very negligible amount. So if you want to use that to make an egg roll in a bowl, I've done it. It's not terrible, but I'm just gonna chop up my cabbage. I love red cabbage. So I'm gonna do red cabbage and green cabbage and put it in a little container together. And that is one of the easiest meals you'll ever make. So you saute the cabbage down, you sweat it down. You can season it up with a little garlic or whatever you prefer, a little ginger even to make it taste a little Asian. And then what I do is I cook my ground turkey and then I mix it together, and then I use a little low sodium soy sauce for my condiment. So delicious, so easy, so filling. So all I need to do for it is chop up my cabbage. So let's go do that. So what I've done is I have my salad spinner bowl here because I'm gonna chop it up, then I'm gonna rinse it real good and spin it, and then put it in the container that it'll stay in. Probably put a paper towel down on the bottom. I just don't want it to get moist because I think I'm not making this until Friday. All right, so egg roll in a bowl. I've got my little recipes written down. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna need 6 ounces of each type of cabbage. All right, so let's start with the red cabbage. And I don't have a fancy little chopper for it. It's just gonna have to be my hands. So I'm just gonna take these outer layers off. Got the head chopped off. Now I'm gonna go to chopping. Okay, so it is rinsed and weighed. Now I'm going to spin it and put it in its container, and it'll be ready for my egg roll in a bowl. This one will work. I'm going to put some paper towels down in the bottom to soak up the rest of the moisture. Okay, now the camera's weird. It's like it's portrait. I have black on either side of the video, so y'all, I have no clue what I did. So we're just gonna go with it. Wish y'all could smell the candle I have burning. It's my favorite, like, beginning of summertime candle. Most people like beachy smells and things like that. I am loving this, y'all, and I've showed it to y'all before, but just in case you forgot, lakeside morning. So if you like the way a lake, oh, I just blew part of it out. And it smells like you're at the lake and somebody's had a campfire going, and you can smell pine trees and campfire and water, and I don't know. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I went camping with my family. So I think that's why I like it so much. Okay. Yeah, I burned one of the wicks out. All right, so here is, I put the paper towel in the bottom to kind of soak up any more moisture, but this will be ready to go for egg roll in a bowl night. And I already chopped up the little green onions to garnish on top, so it's ready to go. Okay, I needed a new cutting board. That one was looking pretty purple. All right, so now for Scott's favorite, and that is deep dish pizza. Okay, so I'm gonna be cutting up a lot of things. Pepperonis, mushrooms. Where's my green bell pepper? Green bell pepper. Ooh, that one looks, we'll use this one. Green bell pepper, mushrooms, pepperoni, and what else? I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, I've got to drain this. I'm gonna do that right now and let it start drying, because that's one of the things that took the longest on this deal, was you have to drain it and put it out on paper towels and get all the moisture out of the tomatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, they're just gonna stay here, and this is gonna soak it up, and then I'm gonna scoop them up and put them in a little container for when I'm ready to make the casserole. All right, let's go get to chopping. Okay, the first thing I need is 2.5 ounces of turkey pepperoni. The meat in this is turkey pepperoni and turkey sausage, like breakfast sausage, is what I use, because it's seasoned really well. It's really good. Okay, so I always kind of cut them up in 4s, just like that. All right, we're gonna need 2.5 ounces. This is, I always say, oh, that's Scott's favorite, that's Scott's favorite. He has a lot of favorites, but this is one of his all-time favorites. And actually, I think I'm gonna make it tonight. He's gonna be super excited. I guess I could do that. I don't need to do a Let's Cook Lean and Green. I actually have done one on the deep dish pizza casserole, but I could have Scott pop in and say hello. Maybe at dinner time. I was hoping to get this uploaded today, but may not go up until tomorrow. We're almost there. Now the mushrooms, we need a whole lot of mushrooms. All right, so I think I'm gonna use this container for the mushrooms. We need 15 ounces of mushrooms because they cook way down. And it's probably gonna be more mushrooms than I actually need, but I'd rather have too many than not enough. All right, so let me get to chopping these and I'll be right back. Told you, lots and lots of mushrooms. Okay, now we're doing bell peppers. We need 3.9 ounces. So basically 4 ounces. 4 ounces of bell peppers. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy little chopper. Y'all, I love this chopper. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm not doing it in fast, so you can kind of see this chopper. Although I can't remember if I did it in fast motion on the other one or not. So this is so cool, y'all. It also comes with a, what do you call it? A spiralizer. I don't know that I'll ever need that because I don't ever spiral vegetables, but okay, here we go. Ta-da. I hope I have another bell pepper. I guess I could always use, I had yellow and orange. I guess I could always use those kind of bell peppers. Because, yeah, that's probably not enough. I thought I had another, whoops, I thought I had another green one. Okay. Yeah, I'm sold on this. Y'all, and the thing that I'm using right here, if you were of the mind to make French fries, you could do it with it. You put your potato, like you cut it in half, and then you go, and it's the perfect, like, French fry size. And then there's a smaller one that dices, like if you wanted to dice onions or something, that would work. Okay, here we go. Oh, perfect. Whoa, I didn't actually need as much as I thought. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I just scooped up the tomatoes that I had over there drying, and they're ready to go. All I have left is the mozzarella cheese, and I'm just gonna measure it out. It is 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese. So I'll put it in this. I think this will work. I have to prepare it. I've already got it grated, but I want to have the measurements, so it's just all good to go. Y'all, I don't know why this is, but I've got 3 bags of mozzarella. They're all, well, these 2 are open and that one's not. I don't know, y'all. All right, here we go. I need 8 ounces. It's reduced fat. Reduced fat. Just realized what I did, y'all. Yeah, I opened the one that was not opened. Oh, well, that's how that happens. I think we're gonna have enough right here. Whoop, there you go, Lucy. Grab you some cheese. Okay, 8 ounces of cheese. Now this is 4 servings. This is part of your protein in your meal. I got a funny story to tell y'all about cheese. Hold on. Kind of funny. Okay, so I think it was actually the last lean and green I did. I can't really remember, but whatever it was, it involved cheese. Oh, I know what it was. It's the chicken Parmesan that I made in the air fryer, and I put the cheese on top of it. Well, y'all, I had a viewer that she got really upset that I was using so much cheese, and she told me, "Good grief, quit using so much cheese." And it's just, well, I don't know what all she said, but she put it in all caps. She said, "You put cheese on everything. Quit using so much dairy. It's not good for you." And she put it in all caps. And you know, when you type something and you do it in all caps, that's how you scream. Like if you're wanting to scream something. So I read it and I was like, oh God, okay. So I responded back to her and I was like, well, you know, I actually don't put cheese on everything, but when I'm doing a lean and green, I try to give people some variety, spice it up, because, you know, grilled chicken and green beans just gets boring after a while. So on my day-to-day, you know, like we're having egg roll in a bowl one night, we're having grilled chicken and broccoli salad another night, we're having, you know, so yeah, I don't have cheese on everything, but, you know, I do like me some cheese, and it's on plan, so okay. And I understand dairy bothers some people, but it does not bother me. So anyway, so I told her, I said something like, I explained to her that I don't use it on everything and blah, 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 blah. And then she came back and I said, but thank you. So I said, if cheese bothers you, you can substitute out, you don't have to put the cheese if cheese bothers you, or you can just scroll on, if cheese upsets you. It was a little catty, I'm not gonna lie. And she wrote back and she said, well, if you don't want our opinions, don't ask. And I was like, no, I'm fine with opinions. I just didn't like the screaming and the telling me what to do. That's what I didn't like. And then she said something like, well, here's one more for you. And she screamed it, unsubscribed or something like that. Get over yourself. And I thought, all this over cheese? Y'all, I'm glad that I am pretty lighthearted about things, because that was a really good laugh for the day. People just get upset over the funniest things. But anyway, that's my funny cheese story. So I lost a subscriber because I eat too much cheese. Or maybe it was because I told her not to scream at me. I don't know. She's also the one, though, who told me I decorate too much and that I should be a minimalist. So she likes telling me how I should live. It's kind of funny, y'all. Kind of funny, kind of not. Anyway, let's get back to the food and all the cheese, because we are going to have some cheese. Okay, now I'm just going to chop up some salad fixings. I'm going to do my romaine lettuce, and I'm going to do my cucumbers. Y'all, look at my old school peeler. I have some fancy peelers, but this one works better. This is like what my mother used to use. Yeah, it worked. It's the best. Okay, I've got my cucumbers sliced up, and now I'm gonna do something that my mom used to do with cucumbers. Make sure y'all can see. I've got such a mess here. I put about a half a cup of water in here, and I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. I'm gonna use the apple cider vinegar. My mom used to use just plain white vinegar, but and that's fine, but this is what I have. And I'll be honest, I've never done it with apple cider vinegar. But I've recently learned that apple cider vinegar is very good for you, especially if you're a diabetic. Okay, so it smells like vinegar. Actually, I think I need a little bit more water, because that's really strong. Okay, so it's kind of like, you're not really pickling your cucumbers, not really, but you're just, you are kind of marinating them. Sorry, I'm talking as I'm walking around. I gotta get my salt and pepper. But they're really good on salads like this, or just by themselves. So now I'm just gonna pour that on top. You just wanna cover them. You can put onions and tomatoes in here too if you want to. I'm not gonna do it because I just want it for the cucumbers. And then just a little salt and pepper. There we go. That's it. Now I'm gonna put the lid on, put them in the fridge, and they will be ready to go anytime I want cucumbers on my salad. Or just by itself, honestly. You know what? I just realized I have another cucumber. I've got, yeah, that's big enough. I'm gonna put them all in there. I may have to mix up some more vinegar, but hang on. Now it's full. There we go. I'm gonna have to hurry up. My phone's fixing to die. All right, I didn't film this. It's just my romaine lettuce. All I did was chop it up, put it in my salad spinner, rinse it, put it in my salad spinner, put a paper towel in a baggie, seal it up. It's good to go for salads, romaine lettuce. Now we're gonna cut up some celery sticks. And those aren't for, I could use them for a salad if I wanted to, but I like to dip my celery sticks in my peanut butter shake, turn my peanut butter shake into peanut butter. And so I like to have that for refueling occasionally. So that's what I'm gonna, cut those up for. So there's just gonna be little things, stick them in a thing. And then the last thing I have, y'all, is the broccoli salad. So I have to chop up the broccoli. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. You add stuff to it, bacon, and I've already got the bacon bits. A little bit of cheese, nobody get upset, a little bit of cheese, and some sliced almonds, and then the dressing is yogurt and mayonnaise, and I'm gonna put the recipe in the bottom, but all I'm gonna chop up, because that's the labor intensive part of it, is the broccoli. So that will be ready to go. Okay, hold on. I'm done, y'all. I have quite a mess back there to clean up, but let me show you the beauty. There it is. All right. So here is my egg roll in a bowl. Here's my cucumbers for salads. Here's my celery for my fueling. Here's the mozzarella cheese I need for my pizza casserole, which with all the things there. Here's my cheesy taco skillet that I need, everything right there. Then in here I have some extras. I've got my salad mix, and then I've got some leftover cabbage that I could throw on salads, spinach and bell peppers I could put on salads. So everything is ready to go. I came out here so you don't have to look at my horribly messy kitchen. Okay, y'all, it took me about an hour to do all that. Now this video is not gonna last an hour, obviously. There'll be lots of editing and lots of time lapse, but the whole thing took me about an hour. So 1 hour of prep is gonna make the rest of my week so simple. Okay, if I have time, you guys, if I can get it done, I'll get dinner fixed, and Scott and I will have dinner together, and we'll show you our deep dish pepperoni casserole. Be sure and tell y'all this, just in case for some reason Scott works late, or you know how the night can go sometimes. But I want to make sure that I remind you guys, there's 1 day left. Today is Tuesday, the 30th. Tomorrow is the 31st. That special incentive that we told y'all about a few weeks ago for new clients and reactivated clients, tomorrow's the last day, you guys. So if you're interested in trying this plan, I'm not kidding, now is the time to do it. You will save, as a new client, you'll get 5 free boxes, which is $121 value, even as a reactivated client. And that means you haven't placed an order in 6 months. They're looking at me like, Mom, you just took our food. Yeah, because y'all are being loud. Okay, a reactivated client, which means 6 months or more since you've ordered last, you'll also get 5 free boxes. But in addition to that, you guys, you get $75 off your first month. So that is $196 off your first month. And then your second month, you get 30% rewards, which comes out to about $95. Yeah, it's a good time to start. If you're like, you know what? I've tried everything else. I think I'm gonna try this. Now's the time to do it, you guys. If you don't have a coach, or you don't know of a coach, I've got a little form in the bottom of my description. Click on it, fill it out. It's not very long, and I'll be happy to get back with you. I'll give you a phone call. We can talk about it and get you signed up and ready to go. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll see Scott later eating his favorite deep dish pizza casserole. But if not, you guys have a great, blessed day. You stay safe, you stay well, and I'll see you next time. You'll try this ingredient prepping. I promise it'll save your life in a busy week. Okay, y'all. I came through with my promise.
You did.
There he is.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you. I told him if I had time after I cooked. This is one of the meals I prepped with the ingredient prepping. And wait till you see this video. It's the biggest hot mess. So I had a lot of fun editing this, you guys. As y'all well know, I don't even know what happened. I can't even explain it. It was a nightmare. It was crazy. But here is the deep dish, Scott's favorite.
It is. It looks like a personal pan pizza.
Yeah, it really does. It smells like it. It tastes like it. It's delicious. All right, like I told y'all, I'm going to link any of the recipes that I prepped for. I'll link those in the bottom. This was mostly about ingredient prepping as a time saver. If you have any questions about it, put it in the comments. You can always email me. My email's in there. And like I said earlier, remember, tomorrow is the last day, the 31st, last day of May, is the last day for that incredible client incentive.
11:59 p.m.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about it, just fill out the link that I have in my bio, or you can email me. If you're friends with me on Facebook, private message me. You all know how to find me. All right, guys, we're going to go dig in.
Yes.
And until we meet again, you guys have a great, blessed day, and stay safe and stay well.
And
I almost forgot.
oh my. And we're out.
Y'all have a great night.